Yo, what's going on, good people? Y'all know what it is. The baddest chaplain on the globe here with my good brother, Harvey Cummings. Harvey, how are you doing today, good
What's
brother?
going on, Chris? Man, I'm blessed and highly favored, man.
That's
That's
the
what I tell
word.
everybody all the time, man.
Ain't that the
So I've
truth?
been I've been good, man. I'm in Charlotte,
Yes.
good, chilling on this Monday, man. So it's good to be with you.
No, it's good to be here with you too, brother. And I'm just so excited every time I see your work come across the timeline. Like Charlotte feels like a second home for me as well. I haven't gone to school down there, so nothing but love for the Queen City for sure, man. Talk to us a bit about the music scene down there and what makes you enjoy doing your craft in Charlotte.
The music scene it's different sections, man. You have like your jazz people, your R&B people, your country bluegrass people, your gospel people, all the different like silos we call them, but we all come together
For sure.
for like different events. We do these music hangs
No doubt.
where implemented. We like we said, like everybody doesn't see a lot each other because we're always gigging, we're always doing other events. Let's create these set of events so we can actually fellowship and get up and now it's evolved to like, we got panelists that come, special performers.
Right.
But the scene is heavy, man, from small stage stuff all the way to, saying like this Hornet Spectrum Center, like the scene is going through, man. It's good.
That's what's up.
It's
Definitely.
healthy.
Yeah, it seems like a healthy space for sure,
Yeah.
man. Just especially being able to perform at such venues like the where the Hornets are, where the Panthers are, and
Yeah.
just what's funny, bro? Like I remember being like a prospective student, like going to Charlotte for like the second or third time. I've been there for like Bible conferences as a kid or whatever,
Uh,
and I felt like
yeah.
my
We had enough of
impression of
those,
Charlotte
yeah.
was, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
But I felt like Charlotte gave me the impression of like a jazz city primarily. Like I knew about the gospel roots there and like all the different things you're talking about. But I remember just as a high schooler really being like, oh yeah, a lot of jazz music gets played here.
Mhm.
And that was like my
Yeah.
first impression of it.
Yeah. It's a jazz city, man. If you watch Color Purple, the scene where
Oh,
like they go from like the club, the juke joint to the church. Like those musicians were from Charlotte. Those were my
come
OGs.
on.
Like those were my mentors. Those
Yeah,
were
yeah, yeah.
the people that brought me up, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So yeah.
No doubt. No doubt. Talk to us a bit about your earliest memories of music. Like, were you someone who just always loved music? Music was around you? Is something you discovered later in life? Like, what was your journey with
It
music?
was it was always around me. My mom played the piano. My dad just loved music. He had a record player. He was big on Sly Stone and
Yes.
Parliament Funkadelic and stuff like
Yes.
that. My mama loved every type of genre. She put me on, you know what I'm saying? So I was always appreciative of music at an early age. But then I played piano and they gave me this like Muppet Babies Casio
Yes.
keyboard, you know what I'm
All right.
saying? It had like the different sounds, but I'm like 3, 4, 5, like figuring out, that was it. That was my first earliest, which
For
led
sure.
to, bigger keyboards and
Come on.
then eventually, like production setups and different things like that. But, it's still the same, man. But those are my earliest, you know what I'm saying? And just being involved with like community programs,
Dope, dope,
camps
dope.
and stuff like that, enrichment, just being involved with everything, man.
Got you. Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Who would you say you mentioned your OGs earlier? Like, who are those artists and those mentors? And you just named some heavy hitters of P Funk and Sly. But
Yeah.
who are those artists who have shaped your sound and your musical sense of self?
Well, as far as like my mentors, like the Charlotte guys, just like I said, Gary Mumford, he's a percussionist that I played in his band. He had a band called Pizzazz,
Got you.
and I'm 13 years old playing jazz festivals with this
Come
band. You
on.
know what I'm saying? I was, you know what I'm saying, and just they didn't like smoke or drink
Yeah.
around, and that's was good for my
Right.
parents was allowed me to do that, and
Yeah.
and they were good role models. And then Michael Porter, he was one
Yeah.
he was one of those cats that was in the Color Purple. Him and Leroy Page, my personal, saxophone teacher. So like I said, like I had him around me. I still do.
For sure.
I try my best to put them on to situations and things, just to reciprocate what they've done for me. But yeah, but as far as like they shake my sound, Grover Washington
Mm-hmm.
Jr.,
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Parker, of
Mm-hmm.
course, Cannonball Adderley,
Yeah.
you
For
know,
sure. Absolute. Absolute.
that was a big reason why I pledged Alpha. Like I
Cannonball got
didn't
you in?
like Duke Ellington was cool. I was like, okay, Duke,
Yeah, of course.
that's dope. But then it was
Of
like, I
course.
mean, really, Cannonball, oh shoot, that's my favorite. That's like my favorite guy, man. So he the one that kind of sealed the deal that made me like, all right,
Oh, that's
let
the
me follow
word.
let me follow and do
I love
real
that.
stuff.
I love that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like
man.
we all have some giant in that way that makes it like, huh. Cause I remember for me, it was that freshman year, I was like, we need to bring an NAACP to Davidson. Like I was like, I'm tired of this. I just came in mad militant off the rip.
Uh,
And then I
yeah.
remember just like looking it up and I was like, oh wait, WEB the boys? That's y'all? Okay, cool. Like just kind of
Okay,
like
cool.
I
That's
was
what
like, I
I
see you.
sold. Souls of Black Folk. Okay,
It's
yeah.
like, all right,
You
cool.
know,
After we get to
word.
school, I'm here for
Nah,
this.
man. Nah, the Boys was like liberal arts. Like y'all need to be educators and teachers and lawyers and
Facts.
teach one, be one, and that's pretty much North Carolina Central where I
No
went to.
doubt.
Like they follow that philosophy. That's why like A
Yes.
and T. That's why like A and T and Central go so hard because A and T on the other hand,
Yeah.
you gotta think like Booker T. Washington because
Ah.
T.
Yeah, yeah,
Washington was
yeah.
over there. He was like, "Yo, y'all need to learn how to do this trade.
That's right. Getting
Y'all need to
agriculture.
y'all need to find a trade, get some
That's a fact.
agriculture, get in technology,
Come on, come
and
on.
that's what North Carolina A and T is like.
I love that.
Like that's the two.
That explains so much. As
Yeah,
outside looking in on that, it
not
explains
because
so much.
Du Bois would come to Central. He was a guest
Right.
lecturer. Him, John Hope Franklin,
No doubt.
like all those scholars would
Yeah, the
just like
intellects. Yeah,
come.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So,
That makes sense, yo. That makes a ton of sense, bro. Yeah, because I remember, like, talking about Alpha, like, one of my, like, earliest memories of your music is I feel like we were at, like, a district or something like that, and you just would start playing on the piano in the hotel, and I was like, and you were playing our joints, you know what I'm saying? You were playing, like,
yeah,
Jeezy or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
But I was like, that's what's up, man.
It's up jizzle from the bottom of the
That's
map.
right.
We was going
Yeah, on keys, all on
on
keys.
keys, on keys. They booked me, Alpha booked me for a regional convention in Memphis,
Yes,
Tennessee to
yes.
just do that type of thing, man.
Love it.
And
It was amazing. I was like,
that
that's
year, man, when Jeezy came out, we had the Alpha Jeezy
yeah,
shirts.
yeah,
We had the
the
snowman
snowman
throwing
throwing
it
it up.
up, and then and then we got that email.
That's right. That's right. Real quick.
They put a moratorium on that
Real
joint.
quick. Real quick. He said, we represent ice, not snow. Ice, not snow. Oh, that's the word, bro. That's the word. So think about all that, man. Like, so you got the mentors, you got the ODs, you got that foundation. Like,
Mhm.
how would you summarize your sound for someone who wants to get hip to your music, who wants to listen to this, then go listen to their music? Like, how would you describe your sound?
It's a continuation of well, my sound is jazz infused.
Yeah.
Well, that blank.
Right.
If I want to go hip hop, if I want to go whatever type of sound, but it's always like a jazz influence
Got you.
that's in there, man. Like so, I grew up, of course, listening to Tribe,
Of course.
listening to Outkast,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
listening to Q-Tip and all this stuff, and like I said, like all those groups. And then
For sure.
then I got to college, and then you learn like, oh, these are the people who made the music. This is
Come
Dilla.
on.
This is and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's why I gravitate to this certain song or this certain
For
album
sure. For sure.
because it because of the production. Um, my mom, man, we was just driving, listening to music, and like she was big on Paul Hardcastle. If y'all remember, Paul
Got you.
Hardcastle was a producer in the 80s and 90s, still to this day. He had he would mix like electronica with jazz, and he would
Tough.
mix like a little bit of hip hop and jazz. He's the one that did do do boom 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 boom
Come
boom.
on. That's it. That vibe. Yeah, yeah. Of
That's what I was listening to as a
right, right.
Quincy Jones and
Of course.
everything. Like I said, just all the influences. But my
Absolutely.
sound is all that. You know, I'm a child of North Carolina, man. This is
Dog.
this is the state of Coltrane
It really is.
and Monk and
Tell them.
Donnie Hath. What's
Come
that?
on. Come on, man.
Roberta Flack.
Heavy hitters.
You
Heavy
gonna say? Did I
hitters.
say Donnie? Donnie from no, it's Roberta Flack. I don't think Donnie from
Not from
Donnie
DC. Eh?
yeah, I said Donnie from DC.
I was at you rock the I was like,
No,
yeah.
but I was like, I always say Donnie and Roberta because they're like unanimous
Yeah,
with each
no, that's like
other.
one and
You know
one.
what I'm
Right, right. Of
saying?
course, of
Yeah. So I
course.
just started thinking one or the other, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But those are my influences and
No,
sounds,
that's
bro.
a
Just
gem. That's a
everything.
gem. I love how you talked about listening to like Tribe and Cast and deepening your love for jazz. Because I remember when Ahmad Jamal passed away, and I'm
Come
listening through
on,
his
man.
catalog, and I was like, oh, like
That's that song.
like
Man,
New York State of Mind.
hey,
Like he
New York
had
State of Mind.
all these different joints. I'm
What's
just
that
like,
Mobb Deep song?
yeah, like
That song that oh yeah,
it
yeah,
just
Ahmad Jamal was that man. Like I said, like in his
truly,
heyday in the 80s, he was the Robert Glasper.
absolutely,
You know, then, you know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
And like even Robert, it's like a tree. It's like it all
Come
come from
on,
her. It all come from you
for
feel me?
sure,
Her
for
like
sure.
you feel me? And then like I said, Ahmad Jamal, Robert Glasper, and then everybody else who
Everybody
comes.
else
Yeah,
after
yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. I love that. Yeah, because I think so many people, obviously deride sampling and all that stuff, but I
Uh-huh.
look at it as hip hop was an encyclopedia for me to love jazz. Like I don't think my
Boom,
appreciation of jazz would be as
boom.
deep as it is without hip hop.
Hip hop is the grandchild of
No
jazz. You
question.
feel me?
No
It's a
question.
direct descendant. It's the current form. That's why you look at these jazz festivals, like they have a lot of hip hop artists. They
Got
have a
to.
lot of, I mean, they got to sell tickets too.
That's facts. That's
They
facts.
got to pay. They got to get the people in. So
That's facts.
you got to have Mary J. Blige. You
That's
feel
right.
me? You got
That's
to,
right. That's
but
right.
but
Gotta get the
yeah,
people what they want, you know what I mean?
yeah.
That's facts.
But it's all in that lineage though. So
Yeah, it is.
it's all from it. You know what I'm saying?
No question. No
You know,
question.
I even say that, you know, like even like bluegrass, like I call bluegrass country people's jazz.
That's real
You know
though.
what I'm
That
saying?
is real though.
So
I love
yeah.
that. So when you're doing this fusion, when you say jazz plus something, how do you sonically decide, oh, what this song needs? Because you got so many tools in the toolkit. What makes you say, oh, this song needs this?
Going visualizing it in your head, sonically visualizing it, and then like just going through sounds or finding sounds and then tweaking the sounds, you know
Right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
But just what gives it the most character? What can I do to give each track the most character?
Makes
You know what I'm
sense.
saying?
Makes sense.
You know,
Makes sense.
each bass line should be its own melody. That's when you
Come
know you
on.
got a good bass lines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Do you feel like there's a part of your head that fights between like the producer and the straight up musician, or do they coexist well for you?
They have to coexist, but there is a switch.
Yeah.
There is a switch because I get too musical
Yeah.
when I'm producing, when I could just turn off that switch and make a fire trap beat.
Come on.
You know what I'm
Right, right. Of
saying?
course. Of course.
Because I remember going into these sessions with these rappers and I'm going in making these type of beats and they be like, man, that joint sound too happy, bro. It sound
Not
too
too happy.
because
Trying to
I
let
was
them know
just
how real it is out here.
yeah, yeah. So I had to learn to just like find that switch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna say dumb it down,
No, no, not at all. Not at all.
but I'm gonna say like do less and be more intentional.
Sure, sure, sure. Be more
You feel
efficient.
me?
Yeah,
Yeah, man. You know, that's it. Yeah,
I'm with that.
exactly. Be short and more efficient. That's all, and that's my philosophy with everything. And people
Makes
know who
sense.
work with me on a professional level. Like I'm about efficiency. I'm not
Come
here
on.
for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
That's real though.
We here. You do your part. You listen to the music. Before we all listen to our music, we get the rehearsal or
Right.
whatever. We go through the song. We go through those transitions between the song.
Come
The
on.
transitions are the most important part
Right.
of anything. That's why these DJs are doing well and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just you know what I'm saying because it's these transitions and
Let's keep it going.
blending the music. Yeah. So yeah, man.
How has technology changed your approach to music, especially with, I'm just saying, just like on the podcasting side, I've seen editing tools make a light year leap in the last 5, 10 years. Like something
Bro,
like this episode would have taken me like 2 weeks before I'm gonna get this out next week. You know what I'm saying? Like just
bro,
the way.
we come from the we the last to come from like the Apple IIe
Yeah,
generation, the Oregon
yeah.
Trail number
Come
munchers.
on. No
We had
number munches.
we
Yes.
had we had some of us older. We had
For
Atari,
sure, for sure.
but like I know for us, we had Nintendo, the
Definitely,
NES,
definitely.
SNES, Genesis. You know, everything else from there. So around that same time, like there was like uh my first software was Cakewalk
Okay.
on the Windows. It was a program called Cakewalk. Pretty much plug in a keyboard with MIDI
Yeah,
and then you plug it in and you could play it'll print the notes, you know, it
yeah,
would notate, it would produce as well. You could
for
find
sure.
stuff. Like I said, these old keyboards I had, these old Casio
Mm-hmm.
keyboards, that's what I
Casio
had at the
joints.
time. But then got to college. Every black man in college finds the crack version of Fruity Loops
That's right.
and
That's a fact. Write a passage.
Rite of Passage, you just change the date to like 2000. You got the full version with all the
That's a fact.
sounds. So, I was using that. That was my
Yeah.
main. Like this is on the Dell.
Come on.
Everybody had that Dell computer with the
For
with, with the with
sure.
the with the blue, with the blue and green,
Yeah.
and then came out of college. Pro Tools was
No doubt.
more people started having getting.
No doubt.
That's when we started getting MacBooks. You
Right.
feel
Right.
me?
Right. Right.
And Pro Tools and Logic Express at the
No
time.
doubt.
Now it's Logic. We had
Right.
Logic, and now people got access. Go to this day, like I got just sounds, man. I work with different keyboards, but I got plugins, packs. I can pull up different things, but
Yeah.
just sounds.
No doubt.
Literally, I have like I have terabytes of just
Sounds.
sound,
Sounds. I'm gonna need this for something.
and probably spent 5 years of my life just scrolling through
Yeah.
sounds.
Yeah. I'm
Just
trying to find the
yeah,
one.
yeah, man. I got folders, man.
I believe it.
But yeah, we got different things now. We got talking about technology. I use
Yeah.
AI. I use AI as a tool.
Got you.
AI as a tool. When they say like AI is gonna take over the jobs, AI is not taking over the jobs. The people who use AI are taking over.
That's that's
You know what I'm saying. So for music with AI, I do stemming, like stems.
right. Right. Right.
Take
Right.
back in the day you could just find the acapella. You could take off the vocal, take
Yes.
off the keys, take off the bass, take off the
Right.
drums. You could do
Strip it
that.
down.
But now you can do some crazy stuff with stems,
I
Chris.
believe it. I believe
You can
it.
put it you can just drop in the recording, take out the trumpet, take out
Wow.
the hi-hat. It can be
Wow.
real specific.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take
Yeah. Yeah.
take out the trombone in
Come
this Chris.
on.
You feel me? Like you can do that. But it's a tool. Cause
Yeah.
even like if I'm learning music or people's artists sends me songs, I'll drop it into the stem player and then
Create a whole bunch of stems.
I'll take out the keyboard so that
Right.
I'm actually playing along with the rest of the song, just so I know it's crazy, bro.
That is so dope.
So
You saying that makes me think about like, all the legendary stories about Prince playing like 20 different instruments on the
he
song.
played 20 different instruments. Prince, Lenny Kravitz,
Right.
all those cats, like for
Yeah.
real. It's like you got those, but now it's just like, yeah, you're gonna be. It's to the point, bro. Man, make me a Prince style beat. Let's put it in D minor. Da 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 da. Like it's about to happen.
On.
It's
Yeah.
about to happen. I already
Right.
told people, so just
Yeah.
so that's why I like these record companies and the producers. They're in Capitol Hill. They're out lobbying
Right.
because they don't want the AI to
To
interfere
mess
with
up the
like
whole product.
the thing. You heard about the guy from North Carolina
Come on. Right.
created an AI band,
Right.
was getting streams. My
Of
dude was getting,
course.
and they got him. Yeah,
That's yo.
so
Because I'm saying with this, you could do a one-man orchestra. Like
you
there's
do a
nothing
one man
stopping you.
orchestra. You can ask ChatGPT to plan your whole thing, man, and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
and it's a tool. Like I said, we're talking about technology. Like I use it on a booking basis.
For
To
sure.
the pack now, I literally just like copy the email and just put it in ChatGPT.
No doubt.
It'll make an invoice, it'll make a contract,
Right.
it'll do everything for me. So
And I
it's a
don't think
tool. Technology is dope. Yeah.
it's definitely a tool, and there's nothing wrong with using it administratively. Like my whole push for the use of AI is like you have to have the skills so you know how to use it as a tool and not as a replacement for talent. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference.
But some people are using it for that, for
They are. They
anything,
are.
for music, for producing. We we got this service called Splice.
Right?
You can pay, Splice $10 a month, and you can just go through these pre-made, license-free sounds and
Yeah.
tracks and just drag them on and make your sound and
Yeah.
make your
Yeah.
song how you want it. But
Right.
there's like 20 other people with that same
Doing the
beat.
same joint.
Yeah, we're all going to H&M. The H&M just got to your city.
That's right.
Everybody's wearing the same
Same
shirt.
shirt.
You know what I'm saying? So
Same
it's
shirt.
yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
technology, man.
That is real. That is real. Talk to me about a project you've done or performance you were a part of that really moved you, and what made it special. Yeah.
We did an art gallery in-house, like show
Mhm.
inside an art gallery, like during this art gallery. And this might have been a day or two after Quincy Jones passed.
Right. Right.
And I'm doing like my beginning monologue.
Waterworks immediately. Right. Right.
But we played like crazy
I believe it.
that day. But it was just we let a lot out. But I mean you can't let it can't let it in, man. That's
No,
the
no.
that's the goat of all goats,
Come on.
man.
What
You feel me?
who he
So
didn't influence, you know what I'm saying?
we didn't influence. On
Like,
what genre? What type of? Oh my God, he's
yeah, you got a lot of kids out here, man. You got a lot of kids and
you got
grandkids.
a lot of kids and grandkids, some great grands, and they
Great. You know what I'm
coming.
saying? That's real.
So
That is very real. You know, thinking about his work and even the way that you described your work in terms of like collaboration, like this is kind of a two-parter. Like, what to you has been the main lesson you've gotten from collaborating with other artists, and who is that artist? It could be living or passed on that's your dream collaboration.
well, the first part was what I learned. It was there's a blues singer by the name of Betty Pride
Got you.
out of Charlotte. Just think Ella Fitzgerald.
Oh, okay.
She could do all that. This is
Yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
older lady.
Got you.
She toured in Italy
All
and
right.
France. And when I came out of school, I was part of her band. And this is like I said, hard fresh out of jazz school.
Right.
You know, just
Going.
baby, what is you doing? No, I need 1 3 5. I just need that. Simple,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
simple. You're doing too much. All right, try it again. Because we're doing stuff like, there will be a completely,
Real smooth.
old school stuff, man.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
and I was just,
Going in.
I learned so much about just like showmanship and just all that. But I have different, you got to learn different parts, man. But definitely, I learned a lot through her. Um, and really, when I got to Central, man, like
Hmm.
my main professor was Dr. Ira Wiggins. That was my Yoda and sensei.
Dope, dope.
And then I was getting because shoot, we might as well add Branford Marsalis in that because I had him
Oh,
once a
come
month.
on.
So I learned a lot through him,
I
man. I
had
learned a lot
to.
through maybe I got my sound right through him because
Right.
I remember my first lesson with Branford, play like some Sonny Stitt or Charlie Parker, and then and then I just soloed and gave what I do. And Branford literally was like, "Okay, Harvey, you're a good player, you got good ideas,
Right.
but if your horn could talk, it would have speech impediments.
Oh man. Let that sit.
Let it sit." So in other words, my articulation needs some work.
Right.
Like
Right.
you gotta be critical of yourself.
That's real.
And then he found solutions. This is what I'm saying. He had a MacBook, man. He had like one of the first MacBooks, and he burned a CD, and he said, "Listen to this. This is an 18th century oboe player named Heinz Hulliger.
Uh-huh.
I need you to listen to his approach. I need you to
Yeah.
listen to how he." I'm like, I'm thinking in my mind like,
18th
this is a
century.
oboe player. I listened to that joint. It was full sound.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's lush. Lush sounds.
lush. And it got my. I had to get my I had to, I came in playing like,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
like Ray Charles, whatever. But now
Right.
you let your tongue do the work.
Yeah.
I had to learn that, man.
Yeah.
So I learned those are big things I learned from it.
Of course, man. Of course. I mean, listen, that's sort of ability to receive constructive criticism, not just be like, oh, he hating on me and just stay where you are,
Nah,
but to allow yourself to grow. That's the key. That's
that's it,
really the
man.
key. No doubt, man. Talk to me about the importance of community in music, because I know now with us all having technology in our home, like I could just be that on a J Cole approach, no features, produce it all by
Yeah,
myself, do it all by
yeah,
myself. What have you gained from being in community? Like, what would you encourage other artists to
man.
do this in community? You know what I mean?
You got a support system. You got an audience.
Mhm.
You've got a pool of people, just connections in life and just in general. These are communities that you can build yourself through
No
like,
doubt.
like your fans or, followers or different people. And, you got communities like churches,
Hmm.
schools,
Hmm.
those communities, work communities. But like I talked about earlier, like, the music community in Charlotte, like we're stirring the pot, we're getting everybody together and doing a lot of collaborative things. We work with Charlotte's a corporate city too. So we got
Hmm.
Duke Energy, Bank of America. That means they can fund this stuff that we're doing.
It's down the street, right?
We just did a festival. Atrium and Bank of America were our main
Beautiful.
sponsors, and I hosted this jazz festival, and it was great.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we got to that point, but that's community.
Right.
That's reaching out, but then having them there as well. They
Absolutely. Absolutely. What do you hope for like the next generation of artists as you're seeing folks continue to experiment with sounds? Like what are you ways that you're hoping that your music is like speaking to them and helping them on their path?
I mean, as next artists, it's really two things. It's preserving the music from the past, and keeping it going while innovating and doing your own type of stuff too. So it's like you got to do both. And just being true, like getting them to know the business, no procedure, know how to do this, know how to walk in rooms, know how to communicate,
There.
soft skills.
Yeah, for
A
real.
lot, a lot of musicians they don't have good soft skills.
That's real.
Like they're introverts. Like I mean, we get like the guys. We like, yeah, the people in the music department were crazy. They were cool, but we were weird, man. You know what I'm saying? Up in these practice rooms and stuff like that. So it's just you got those systems.
Got you.
And just number one, just be on time, be
Right.
early, be
Yeah.
early, be
Yeah.
early, just be early. I tell people all the time, just be early, don't be on time. That's how you keep the gig, is
Seriously.
being early, because
Seriously.
it gives whoever booked or who gives whoever, it gives them assurance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's really
Just be
real,
be
man.
early, man. And
It's
I
so
mean,
funny you say it, you saying that because I feel like there's so much of those soft skills that get lost because people either say like, "Oh, I'm been so hyper focusing on my work that I didn't value those soft skills," or like, we don't necessarily appreciate the
yeah,
humanities as a culture.
it's a
But you're so on point.
and the new people coming up, it's getting less and less because
Yeah.
they're more online.
Yeah.
I noticed that probably like my third year teaching. Like I
Come
said,
on.
like technology evolves,
Yeah.
and by then I could tell like some kids were just like socially awkward,
Right.
but they have this online persona. You feel
Yes.
me? So
Yes.
like they're popping online, but you meet them in real life. They're like they're real
It's not the same
recluse. It's
person.
just yeah, it's a lot of. But I notice it's more and more. Just like I said, because
Very real.
like I said, this generation is brought up from the internet.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You
This
know what I'm
was
saying?
ground floor for it. Yeah.
I had to use a Duke email to get on my Facebook at first because Central wasn't even. I had a girl at Duke,
Yeah.
and she let me use her email.
That's it.
And I would go to the library at Central where it's
Come
like
on.
popping,
Right.
and I would sign in, and Facebook would pop up, bro.
It's the ultimate flex. The ultimate flex.
Oh, everybody's just, oh, what is,
What's that?
oh,
What's that?
bro.
Yo, it is so real. Because I remember like heading to North Carolina. I was in New York and I was like leaving this party in Dumbo. And this one girl was like, add me on Facebook. And the subway doors are closed. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what Facebook. Like, I never heard of that. Like,
It's
what are you talking
real.
about?
It's real. It's real. Pre Facebook, because it was 2005 when it
Yeah.
came for us. Pre Facebook, you could go to a party, you would get a girl number.
Right.
The switch was like instant, bro. People got on Facebook. You get to a party, the girl asks, "What's your last name?"
Come on.
So she can find you
So she
on
can find you on
Facebook.
Facebook. Game changer.
That's when I knew. And then it got to, hey, what's your Facebook?
Come on.
And
Very real.
man, that was the beginning.
That was the beginning.
That
Didn't
was
know it was
the
gonna be all this, but that
beginning.
was the beginning.
That was the beginning.
No doubt. No doubt.
I remember I was so, what's your last name? What's your Facebook? And I'm just like, are we here now?
Yeah,
Oh man,
that's
this
what it
is
is.
crazy.
That's
Oh man,
what
this
it
is
is.
about to be crazy.
No phone numbers, just
No,
Facebook.
because people would try to get home from the party because there
Real quick.
it wasn't on mobile yet.
You couldn't do it on the phone yet. You have to be like, what she said. It was like Brianna with
Oh,
two N's.
let me find out. Let me find out. But that was a time.
Yeah, man.
How many people from? Oh yeah, these are my people from Davidson.
Oh,
Boom!
yeah.
Like I had, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I would click on your profile, and I could see who.
The
Ooh,
mutuals, who the
and then
mutuals
I
at?
see like, he knows somebody at American. He knows somebody at. Let me see who you know at
Come
Howard.
on. Come
Man,
on.
I'm adding her. I'm adding.
This is what happened. This is what was happening. We had a whole network. Whole network.
it just, man,
Yeah, man. It
we
was
come
really
from
like,
that.
yeah, for real, for real. That's a fact, yo. That's a fact. And so talk to me about what you would tell your younger self. Like at this point in your work, in this point in your career, what would you tell your younger self? Maybe in those moments where like you were really feeling yourself, or those moments where you really was like, I don't know if I could keep doing this. What would you tell yourself?
I just say you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, man. Just focus and do what you're supposed to do.
Mm.
That's what I would tell myself. Because myself would understand what it need to be, you know what I'm saying? Because it's
Yeah,
myself. But
right,
no, I would just tell my younger self, keep being you,
right.
keep being unique,
Yeah,
and that's really it, man. Just be
good
you,
word.
be you.
Real good word.
You know, people
Real
like
good word.
authenticity, and
Yeah.
you know, so
Now keep on that path. Keep on that path. So for those of us who are watching, listening, who this is like their first time hearing about you, what's that intro song? What's that song you recommend for them to go check out, or that performance on YouTube they should watch? Like, how should they get acquainted with your work,
let's
bro?
see. The intro song is off my first EP. It's a song called "Chicken Day." It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that was my first single. You know,
Right.
that kind of defined. You know, it was about the HBCU experience and this that because that's what Chicken Day really was,
For
man.
sure.
It was Wednesday at the calf,
Uh,
and they would serve fried chicken.
yeah.
But it was like you had to like come correct in your flyest stuff, man.
Come
Like,
on,
we would push the tables together and bro, it was
man.
just it was a day party. It was what
I
day
believe it.
party is
I
now.
believe it.
It's what a day because we had a DJ, we had like
Come
The
on.
Greeks would step and
Right.
band would. It was just so I was like that was my way of commemorating that. Listen to Chicken Day on YouTube. Check
Got you.
out Noteworthy Harvey Cummings. I
No
did
doubt.
a collaborative thing with the classical radio station in Charlotte. And I got some string players along with my band, and I got
Yeah.
like a mini orchestra. We're doing like all my like original songs, man.
Yes.
That's one of my best things. But we got stuff on the way, man. I got an
Yeah.
album. I got an album coming out. It's called The Only Child.
Come on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got three
Cannot
sing.
wait to hear it.
I got three sing. I just put out three singles on my website,
Huh?
and I'm just letting that go so I could just get traffic to that. But I'm about to
Yeah.
put them on the DSPs.
Yes.
Then I'm putting three more singles out, and then just
Dope.
keep it
Dope.
going, and three more out,
Right.
and then I put everything out, and that's the best music model these days
Hmm.
on a streaming aspect is to release songs at a time
Yeah.
because you're getting credit for those songs, and then at the end you put them all as like one
One
compilation,
compilation.
and then
Yeah.
you get a whole. That's what people do.
That
That's what I
makes
was told to
sense.
do, and that's what I'm doing.
That
So
makes sense. That's a good
that's the
formula.
that's the rollout, man. And I'll be putting out visuals and stuff like that. Like I said, we just beginning this, man. This is like second stop of the promo
Yes.
run, man.
Yes,
So
yes,
yeah,
yes.
we on
I'm
it,
so
man. We're
glad.
on
So
it.
glad.
Yeah,
So
man.
glad, man. Yeah, because I feel like you are one of my favorite artists. You're
I
super
appreciate it,
talented,
bro. I do, man. Appreciate it.
sincerely,
Thank
man.
you.
And I'm so excited and honored to be able to like help amplify your work, and can't wait for everyone to go listen to your music, man, because it's really incredible stuff.
Yeah, man. It's cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And give us that website one more time.
The website is harveycummings.com, man.
Smooth,
It's
smooth,
just my
smooth.
name, and
Yeah.
I got those songs you can listen to, and got some other stuff on SoundCloud that's like covers and other live performances. But we about to get more heavy on the content and
Absolutely.
the things like that. Just being transparent because like we always got to learn. Like I'm working right now. I'm working on what's lacking on my end is the content.
Got you.
Like my content can't just be picture and a reel of me holding. It's to the point now like I have to have kind of like a reel to do a like a recap reel, like a
Yeah.
recap. If I do an event, hey, this is what you missed from this event, da 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 da, and
Right,
just
right,
show the
right.
people. I have to be more on that. So I'm looking at like video. I'm getting videographers,
Good
and
stuff.
I'm the guy that has the cameraman.
Right,
So
right.
you have to be. Bro, I remember my first time meeting the baby.
Uh-huh.
This was probably like 2017. This was like after he did
Okay.
the diaper stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
right.
this is after that, but I wasn't around there then.
Uh-huh.
We were at Onyx. We were at
Got you. I remember that.
the hub, This guy is doing a full-blown music video in the club, bro.
In the club.
He had the big cameras with the lights, and I was just like, who is this guy? And they were like, man, that's Baby Jesus. That was his
Baby. That was his name at the time.
that was his name at the time.
Yeah.
They said his name they said that's Baby Jesus, man. He died. And I was just like, man, this man is going hard on
Right.
the promo.
Yes.
He signed with Interscope. They was like, man, go with the baby, bro, because
Right.
the Baby Jesus,
The protest from
we don't think that's the most marketable name for
That's right. That's right.
you. You
That's
know what I'm
right. That's
saying?
right.
So yeah,
That's tough, man. That's
he
tough.
had a logo and everything.
Come on.
It was a baby in a diaper. It was a cartoon of a baby with a diaper
Yeah.
with like a
Halo with some joint.
with the thorns, bro. With the baby had the thorns.
Crucifixion thorns. I thought you was gonna say the little halo with some joint.
No, he was a baby Jesus, bro.
Oh, he wasn't playing. He was not playing.
But even back then, he was
Right.
doing good content. So you got to really invest in content these days,
Yes.
man. Because like
It's
I said,
critical.
I'm after these bigger clients right now.
Right.
I'm off to Virginia. I'm off to upstate Virginia tomorrow
Come on. Come on.
to do the retreat for the Lowe's CEO and president and stuff
Tough.
like that. So
Yes.
I'm going to this resort up there. I'm coordinating the music up there, but just
Right.
doing what I'm supposed to be doing, man. Come in, like get there early.
Yes.
Show up and show out, man.
That's it.
But I got, you know,
Come on.
we gonna document.
Content
Like
is king.
content is king, man. And this is a referral based business.
Truly.
Referral is big. Your
Truly.
character. They can always say Harvey was on time.
Mhm.
Harvey came through, and Harvey showed out. That's all
Listen.
they can look.
The details matter. The details matter.
But yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
That's the word. That's the word. Well, blessings on everything. And friends, once again, be sure to check out harveycummings.com. I mean, just anticipate the new album coming out,
Yeah.
all of his good work that
The
he's
only
doing.
child, man.
The only child.
I'm gonna send you the whole joint.
I can't wait to hear it, bro. Thank you.
I'm gonna send it to you. I got a private link.
Yes, I can't wait.
You know, I got my promotional link. You feel me?
1000%. 1000%. You know how I
My
get though.
media link.
Yes,
Yeah, man. But how you been otherwise, man?
Brother,
What's
I've
going
been
on with
good,
you?
man. I've been good, man. This has been a blessing.
Me and Chris go back, yo.
Super facts.
And he's always been a good brother, man.
Thank you, bro.
He's always just been just stand up dude, man.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, he's inspired just different people, man. Like I said, just I remember when you was Anchor, you was doing chaplain for Anchor and stuff, and and doing that, and it's just like I said, inspiring them.
Thank you, bro.
We talked about I'm at a church now. I started 2 months ago. I'm the actual music director. I'm the MD. I'm the MD at a church called Christ Central.
Okay, yeah, I know Christ Central. Yeah, over in Noda, right?
It's near. It used to be in Noda.
They moved. Okay.
And they moved. They have a big building. So we say they have a new pastor.
Come on. Okay.
It ran right. I had my interview. I had everything. I work directly with a worship leader. And we coordinate the music, and I handle the band and all of it. And I lead the band. I got the microphone, and you know, and it's been well, man. It's good to just like that's the whole nother experience. Like really is as you know, but like as a musician for church, you're playing when people are the most vulnerable.
That's really real.
Because they're open, like, and you have to you have to really set that tone and set that mood.
Come on.
Like word, like it's like because now that I'm in like this like corporate worship space.
Right.
Like the worship and praise goes like this, man.
Mm-hmm.
That worship and praise starts before people even walk in.
1000%.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And we have the music going, some light music, maybe some jazz or like some jazzed up like old hymns.
For sure.
We did Oh How I Love Jesus.
Yeah.
But made it like take 5, you feel me?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But like we set that mood, we got it in there, and then I have like my piano like on a pad, and then a leading prayer, and it's just a real. It's different than jazz. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole different because you're in the worship frame.
Of course,
you're keeping it real simple and type to be emotion. And you kind of go with what they say too, because it's Easter. we're talking about he is risen. This shit.
Come
Oh, as
on.
soon as they said he resurrected, I hit him with like a crazy chord
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and do it. And the choir sang. We did our selection.
Right,
We talked about stuff and the church bulletin and the Life of
right.
Christ Central. I'm still background. This is
Come
all
on.
still
Oh, so
a big
just
lead up. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And then we do the offering song and we hit them hard with it. And then we hit them. We're on a big at the end, like a big climax, and then we're bringing it in, and people, and then that's when you know, saying the end of the song when like we break it down. All right, band, break it down. Boom, and the choir sings it by itself, and you see the people in the audience like when they
Yeah,
it's that affirmation, bro.
1000%.
When they put their hands up, it's like cool, like you're in the right space. And
Yes.
I'm in that talk back mic, like okay,
Right,
now it's time to worship, y'all. That
right.
which means forget about the music.
Yeah.
Let's go with more of the emotion now.
Come on, come on.
And let's take them there. And then we bring it there and I pat it down. And,
Yeah.
you know, he brings up and then ultimately it's, you know, do you want to give your life to Christ?
Right.
That's where it's leading
That's where it's
to.
going, right.
And that's when it's just, you know, real, just
Yeah,
simple
subtle.
and subtle and just, you know, and they were doing communion and then we break it
Right,
down at
right.
the end. So it's a whole man.
It's beautiful. It's
It's a
beautiful.
yeah.
It truly is because we were doing I've been guest preaching up here in Richmond, and we did our Easter service yesterday, obviously as well. And the brother we got who was doing our like Jazz Fridays is now ministering
Yeah, you
music.
because it's another way to get people into church, man.
Yes, yes,
I dig the churches that have the jazz nights, even the hip hop
yes,
nights, even
yes.
just something to bring the people to the community.
That's it. That because it's about
Just
creating a
let them know
community.
because you know we grew up as you know we grew up under what's the word like this very hypocritical you know church
Yeah,
folks
churchy, very churchy people. Yeah,
you
church
know
folk.
yeah
Right,
but you know sister you know but ain't you know but I
right.
think that's
That's it. It had to
I
go away.
it's
It
gone
has to.
away, and it's more like I said, like the community, bro. We're gonna start seeing more worship based day
I agree.
parties,
I agree.
like day parties.
That's a fact.
We have one going on tour right now. These cats out of Charlotte, L. Lambert, brother L. Lambert,
Okay.
Mickey Blends, DJ Mickey
Uh huh.
Blends. They do like a gospel brunch series, and
It's
they did in
tough.
Charlotte. I think they did in DC. I think they're
Yeah.
doing it in LA. But I'm seeing more and more of these like worship brunch
Worship days.
situations, and that's
Cause
dope,
there's a
man.
desire for it, bro. Like there's really a desire for it.
I want the church to start hosting it.
I'm here
Like
for
if
it.
the church can host like a day party, then in the club and VIP next to us is Pastor from Elevation. And I wasn't mad at all. I said, them people are fellowshipping, bro. Them people are fellowshipping. But yeah, man, we still here. Chris, I appreciate you, good brother. Thank you for putting me on your platform and we could talk music and faith. And like I said, there's different aspects of what we do, man. But yeah, catch me harveycummings.com and boom, 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 boom. We'll catch you, baby.